Hello, and welcome to News 6. This week the show is presented by the 6th grade class at Rising Sun School. Dan will tell you first about some of the things Rising Sun students do when they are not studying reading, writing, or arithmetic.
You've heard of a walkathon. Well, Rising Sun School has took that idea and turned it into something special for a good cause. Instead of walking, the students read for the benefit of multiple sclerosis, or MS. 4th through 8th grades are participating in the event. People will sponsor readers so that for each hour a person reads, more money is collected. The money that comes in will be used to help us find a cause and cure for the disease. Among our school's unusual activities is one involving our youngest students, the kindergartners. Instead of having the kindergarten students come half a day every day, Rising Sun School has them come every other day for a full day. Kindergarten teacher Mrs. Riffle thinks this system is a good idea because the children will be prepared for spending full days at school when they reach 1st grade. Principal Mr. Corbin also favors this system because it saves gasoline and money. The children also apparently give in their vote, for they seem to enjoy going all day just like the older kids at Rising Sun School. Rising Sun students take classes together on Saturday as well as during the week. But the classes are not at school. They're at the Country Corner Ceramic Shop. Every Saturday morning, kids from 5 to 8 take lessons in ceramic making, followed by students from ages 8 to 14. Mrs. Judy Young is the teacher, and she helps beginners learn to paint molds. She has many shelves of figurines that have already been poured. Those who are adventurous may want to pour their own and then learn to fire or bake them. The Country Corner Ceramic Shop keeps most of young Rising Sun out of trouble on weekends, for the shop is always busy with young craftsmen. Although Rising Sun students keep busy with many activities, they also take time out to think seriously about issues in the school and community. Here's Dawn with some thoughts about our major concerns.
One of the biggest problems that affects all of us at Rising Sun is the overcrowding of our school. Grades kindergarten through 8th are housed in the building, as well as the accessory activities rooms like the gym, library, and cafeteria. The facilities that are most overcrowded are the gym and the music room. Sometimes when it is raining, the junior high students use the gym during the lunch period. So the elementary classes have to stay in the rooms all day except for lunch. The elementary kids only get 1 gym class a week instead of 2 because of the overcrowding. Instrumental music lessons must be taught in the teacher's workroom, so it sometimes gets very crowded and noisy in there. Every room in the building is in use. Although there are many more students now than the building was planned to hold, there is no place available for expansion of classes. We would like to see a new junior high built to help this problem. The art and foreign language departments from the high school could use it too. Then the present junior high could be used for storage and the development of more elementary classes. We know money is tight, but so is the space in our classrooms. The other current topic for the debate in our school is that of chewing gum. It sounds trivial, but it isn't. Our principal has forbidden gum chewing in our school and said that anyone caught doing it will be disciplined. The reason for the order is that chewing gum was causing a mess at our school. Kids left their gum chewed in the water fountains, and people then stepped in it, getting it stuck on their shoes. Other students deposited their gum under their desk. Some students objected to the order, saying that they don't have breakfast. Chewing gum helps them from being hungry. Mostly the complaints are because people like to chew gum. But gum chewing is not allowed anymore at Rising Sun School, and it looks like those who are upset will just have to get used to that idea and chew their gum at home.
When kids aren't in school, they can find some interesting places to visit in Rising Sun. One of them is the Heiser Pony Farm. The farm has been in business for over 30 years, and owner Bob Heiser continues to raise ponies and break them for riding. He said that it is a difficult job to raise that many animals, for he must give them all food, water, and shelter every day. He also provides a large space for them to run in and lots of tender, loving care. If ponies aren't to your liking, you could visit some fish instead. Mr. Glenn Smith owns the Rising Sun Tropical Fish Farm, and a visitor can just walk in and see 400 different kinds of fish. The fish farm uses 3,000 to 4,000 gallons of water a day, which Mr. Smith keeps between 74 and 80 degrees. Much of the fish is shipped by airplane in plastic bags. They come from places like Florida, Taiwan, China, Africa, and South America. Mr. Smith raises angelfish, African chilchilds, mud skippers, popefish, and lots more. It would take a long time to walk down the aisles past the many, many tanks to see them all. Not all the interesting places in Rising Sun are connected with animals. Shelley is here to tell us about some other unusual landmarks in the area.
Rising Sun citizen John Schreider has an unusual-looking house. The roof is made of glass, and two sides of it an angle of 56 degrees. It's a solar house. It is used to the sun and water for heat. It took Mr. Schreider 3 years to build it, and he is still putting the finishing touches on. He is very enthusiastic about the house and encourages others to try it. He says it saves energy and money. The solar unit cost under $3,000, and the entire house was built for $22,000. The slanting roof allows more of the sun's rays to be absorbed. Water is pumped from a tank to pipes under the glass panels of the roof. The water is then heated by the sun, and it flows back to the tank to be recycled again. The tank heats bricks, which has vents into the interior of the house. The house will remain heated without the sun for 10 days. So we are hoping for Mr. Schreider that we don't have a long period of cloudiness. Although Rising Sun has some very new buildings, like the solar house, it also has some very old buildings. The building with the most history behind it is the Town Hall, which was dedicated on February 1st, 1901. It was used for a voting place and a jail, but we most remember it for the Opera House, which was on the top floor. Early citizens held farmers' conventions, school plays, medicine shows, and local contests in the Opera House. But the house is cherished for its part in developing the career of Lillian Gish, who became a famous movie and stage star. Lillian Gish, one of the first appearances of her career in the Opera House. She was 6 years old and appeared in the play in Convict Stripes. Tickets for the performance were 75 cents. The town's historical society is trying to preserve the building, as well as all the memories from that bygone age. Thanks for joining us today to watch News 6, which was presented by the 6th grade class of Miss Linda Rothflesh at Rising Sun School. Next week, News 6 will be brought to you by the 6th grade at St. John Lutheran School in Napoleon. Have a great week.
The preceding program is made possible in part by a grant from the Northwest Ohio Educational Television Foundation.